Hey everyone, Hallie here. A couple weeks ago, I uploaded a video where I went over some of your guys' YouTube comments about characters you guys would like to see added into Marvel Rivals. In that video, I said if it did well, and you guys left more comments about characters you'd like to see, I might do another one, and here we are. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering a wide variety of different characters that you guys, the viewers, would like to see added into Marvel Rivals. If you do find this video interesting or entertaining at all, be sure to leave a like, and if you do want to see me do another one of these videos, be sure to comment some ideas for characters that you guys would like to see if you would want to be featured in the next video. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first comment we will be looking at was left by Mr. Factual Sponge, and they said Quicksilver or Nightcrawler would go crazy. These two characters are fantastic ideas, and I don't know if this was intentional or not, but both of these characters are incredibly mobile. If we were to see Quicksilver added into the game, that would be our first speedster, and I'm not sure how they would incorporate a character as quick as Quicksilver. Would they make him just really quick? Or, you know, I'm not sure how they would do that, but having a speedster would just be super cool and also very innovative, because I'm really not sure any other game that has something like that. Quicksilver would be amazing, and of course he would probably be a duelist. I would imagine Nightcrawler would also be a duelist. Nightcrawler's main ability in the comics is to teleport, and that's kind of just his thing. So I would imagine he would also be a duelist, maybe a strategist, I'm not too sure. These two characters would be absolutely super fun, and I think the main thing I'm interested in personally, if these two were to be added into the game, is how their mobility would work. Because a character like Nightcrawler, okay, now we have a character that can teleport around, and we already have a character that can kind of do that, like Loki. So I think it'd be really cool to see a character that can like blink. Think of something kind of like Dishonored, where in that game the main character can literally use an ability called Blink where he teleports. I think something similar to that would be great on Nightcrawler if he were to be added into the game. But yeah, these are just absolutely fantastic ideas, and I absolutely love how mobile they are, and just what they could mean for the agility of duelists as a class. So yeah, some fantastic ideas. Thank you for your comment. The next comment we have here was left by Skytrooper6189, and they said, I think two characters that would be really cool would be Captain Marvel as a Vanguard and Elsa Bloodstone as a duelist. I think these are both two very interesting characters, and I would love to see them added into Marvel Rivals. I think it is definitely possible we could see Captain Marvel added in, and I think she'd be a very cool character to see. For those of you who don't know her powers, she's basically like Superman. I think she would be a very cool character to see, and especially as a Vanguard character. I have said in multiple videos before, I would love to see a Vanguard character that, or just really any character in general, that is strictly built around flying, or has a kit that allows them to fly continuously, similar to Iron Man or Storm. But seeing that as a Vanguard would just be really cool. So I think Captain Marvel would be a very cool Vanguard character, and I just hope they make it so she can like fly constantly. I feel like that'd make the most sense. And the other character that this commenter was talking about is Elsa Bloodstone, who is a character from the Midnight Suns, and I don't know too much about her except that she has two shotguns, and that is pretty cool. So yeah, a character like that with two shotguns would be very cool to see in Marvel Rivals. From the little I do know about her, she is a very underrated character, and from what a lot of people say is that she could just fit in anything, so why not also put her in Marvel Rivals? I think it'd be very cool to see these two characters added in, and I wish I could speak more to Elsa Bloodstone, but I just don't know too much about her. I certainly know more about Captain Marvel. I think a character like Captain Marvel as a Vanguard character, where they can continually fly, and you know, maybe have like energy blasts that they can shoot out. I think that'd be super interesting, and you know, a character with two shotguns would also be cool. So some fantastic recommendations. Thank you very much for the comment, and let's go ahead and look at the next characters. The next person who commented has the username ProUser, and they said, I'd love to see Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, Thanos, Silver Surfer, and Ant-Man could be a funny character to play as. turning tiny, and effectively disappearing from enemies. All of these characters are super cool, but just since there's so many options, I really just wanted to focus in on 1 or 2 characters, and I'm thinking, why not Thanos and Ant-Man? I think Thanos in Marvel Rivals would be super cool. I'm not sure exactly how he would work. Maybe around the map, Infinity Stones spawn, and as Thanos, if Thanos can walk around the map and collect them, and depending on which stone he collects, he gets a different power. I think that would be super cool. I have no idea what his ultimate would be. Of course, it would probably be a snap. But what does the snap do? Does it eliminate half the enemy team? I just don't think that, because I mean, you can already use ultimates that eliminate more than half the enemy team, so I'm not too sure. But I think Thanos would be a super cool character. Of course, he would have to be a tank character. I think that would just make the most sense. I do not see him being a duelist or a strategist. But yeah, Thanos as a Vanguard character would be so cool. And I think would fit in Marvel Rivals super well. I'm just not sure how they would incorporate the Infinity Stones. Maybe he already has a full Infinity Gauntlet. That would be pretty cool. But who knows? I do think he would just be a very cool character. I'm just not sure how they would incorporate him into the game. And the next character that they said was Ant-Man. And yeah, Ant-Man would be super cool. They could incorporate the ability of him being able to go super large or super small. And I also think it'd be neat if he had the ability to call in actual ants to help him. Due to this, I almost think he'd be a cool strategist character. And maybe his ultimate is you have the ability to get super big, and your ants also get big, and you I don't know, you do something cool. I think that'd be super cool, and I just think Ant-Man would be a really cool character. Of course, then you'd also have the ability to go very tiny, and maybe he doesn't actually become super tiny, because that might be a bit disorienting. Maybe he does become small for the enemy team, but it's similar to Cloak's invisibility, where it's like you're just playing normally, except you're just invisible to other people. I think all of these characters would be super cool to see, though. Kitty Pryde and Silver Surfer as well are just super interesting characters. So yeah, some fantastic suggestions. And I really like Thanos. I think Thanos would be a really cool character. I'm just not sure how they'd implement him, whether he would have all the stones or have to collect them. But I think whatever they do really could work very well. The next comment was left by Boomstick18, and they said, I want Beta Ray Bill to be in the game. Either with Stormbreaker or the Twilight Blade, it would be so cool. I think Beta Ray Bill would be awesome to see in this game, and also, why not mention Jane Foster? Why not get everyone from Asgard in this game? I think they're super cool, just really any character adjacent to Thor. But yeah, Beta Ray Bill would be incredible, and he is such an interesting character. Personally, I think Stormbreaker should be what he uses in this game, just because Thor already uses Mjolnir. And I think Stormbreaker would be really cool to see in the game. And it's also very much associated with Beta Ray Bill, so I just think it would make sense. I'm not sure which role Beta Ray Bill would fill. I honestly could see him anywhere, as a Vanguard, as a duelist, maybe even a strategist. I could see him anywhere, and I just think he is such a cool character. Why not add him into Marvel Rivals? I mean, he is very underrated too. And what's so interesting about his character is, and what I find so fascinating about Marvel Rivals is so many new people have been able to be introduced into characters they would have never known of, such as Jeff the Landshark and other characters like that. So I think Beta Ray Bill is another one of those characters where people will be introduced to him, and I think that's really cool. I think more people should be introduced to Beta Ray Bill. So super cool idea. I could see him as a Vanguard or a duelist. And I feel like he should have Stormbreaker for sure. But yeah, fantastic idea. I don't really have any notes. Yeah, nothing else to say. Let's go ahead and get on to our next comment. This comment was left by Derp McGurp 5968, and they said Foot Killer would be sick. He is a licensed therapist. Now, I'll be honest, I had no idea who Foot Killer was. I thought they were a fake character. I thought this person was just making things up. But it turns out Foot Killer is a actual character, and they seem pretty cool. Essentially, this character is a vigilante. Kind of think like the Punisher, except he is also a poet. Yeah, he is a character who is all about poetry and being a vigilante. This is a incredible character, and I can't believe I have never heard of them. And apparently, he's enemy of the Hulk, which I think is awesome. Yeah, this character seems super cool and super goofy, but also pretty interesting. I'd love to see more vigilantes, and characters who don't really have like a clear distinction of whether a good guy or a bad guy. That's why I love so much about like Namor in the game is the kind of back and forth dialogue that he has with characters such as Sue Storm or Reed Richards. I think is just super cool. And again, as I said before, the ability of Marvel Rivals to introduce new people to new characters is so cool. And I think Foot Killer could be one of those really cool characters. And I think it's really interesting he's into poetry. That is just super cool. But yeah, Foot Killer should definitely be added into Marvel Rivals. This is a fantastic suggestion. And thank you, Dirt McGurp, for putting me on to such a cool character. I had no idea this character even existed, so hopefully you guys learned something too. And with that being said, that is going to round up the video of some characters that you guys have suggested that should be added into Marvel Rivals. If you did enjoy this video, it would mean a lot to me if you left a like, and if you want to see the video that this was based on, go ahead and check out the link in the description. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more Marvel Rivals videos, be sure to subscribe. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching once again. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, bye-bye.